So now let's look at how to remove a background in PowerPoint. So if I click on this image, the picture format options will show up. And on this far side, there's a remove background button. If I click on this, basically it's going to turn all of the background into this magenta color for us to see if it's going to be removing what we want it to. And actually, it seems like it's doing a pretty good job. Now, we can also mark different areas that we want to remove. So, for example, if I want to remove those little tiny little bits there, I just need to click a little dot there, and we're telling PowerPoint, yeah, we want to remove that bit too. And sometimes you do a little bit too much, so you need to bring it back. And let's remove these on the inside as well. And with that, that's fine. And whoop, deleted way too much on the inside. So I'm gonna actually click and drag. Whoop. Yeah, it seems like it's having a hard time keeping this middle bit. So let's just keep those changes. And so that's going to be an issue with using PowerPoint in this case, is that we're getting a little bit of either some rough edges or there's a little bit of overlap here. Now let's see if we can do the remove background for this image. Remove background, and it's not done a terrible job, but it's definitely not perfect. So we're going to have to go in and mark areas to keep. And mark a couple of areas to remove. Keep changes, and it's done okay. We need to go back and let's remove some of these. There we go. But let's keep that. Oop. Let's keep that. And there we go. And let's do one more thing on this line here. So it's done okay, but there's a little bit of pixelation happening here. Now let's go to this one. So let's click Remove Background. And it's done everything, but let's just go in and make sure these shadows get done. And we want to make sure the bottom of that chair leg is there. And keep changes. And we now have this successfully removed. Now, the key thing with PowerPoint in terms of comparing it to Photoshop is that you can see if you are needing these images to be quite large, there's a bit of a roughness to them. They're not going to be as precise as what you can do in Photoshop. They certainly will work on a pinch, but most of the time, if you're wanting something that's going to be a high quality print Or for a really kind of professional presentation, you would want to avoid these kind of rough edges, which is why I usually would recommend Photoshop in that case. That being said, if you're using them small and they're kind of off on themselves and it's a digital presentation, it's not that bad of a kind of a system in terms of removing the background, and it can actually work fairly kind of quickly and easily in some situations.